That was indeed a phenomenal start to the evening. We are privileged to have between us social activist and politician, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, Bollywood actor Mr. Javed Jaffrey, Supreme Court Advocate Mr. H.S. Fulka, and once again leading badminton Indian player Ms. Ashwini Punappa. Thank you for being present here with us. I would like to invite Mr. Javed Jaffrey to come forward and share a few words.
Hi, good evening everybody. Assalamu alaikum, namaskar. I wasn't aware, didn't specify how many few words, because here they write 500, 200, 300, but anyway, they didn't specify. So I'm just here because friend, leader Arvind is here, and you all are aware what he is doing and what he's up to and what's happening on the scene in India and Delhi. So we're just trying to work something out. There are certain things we are restricted from saying on stages out here, which are the decorum, and so we have to limit ourselves to not talking about the politics part of it. But it's very important that there are a few things. People ask me what happened, why did you come into politics, what is the whole reason, you were fine. हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, ये तो ठीक ठाक एक्टिंग कर रहे थे यार, ये पॉलिटिक्स में कहाँ घुस गए तुम? हाँ, बड़े कमेंट सबसे पहले पॉलिटिक्स ऐसे कि बोलते हैं कि पता नहीं कहाँ जहन्नुम में घुस गए और पता नहीं कौन से कीचड़ में. हाँ, बट वो है एक तरह से. There's a lot of muck, and the whole quagmire of politics is, you know, it's very difficult to survive over there. I had a stint in Lucknow. I fought elections, and I have no regrets. I learned a lot, the way it works, and winning or losing was not the case for me. I learned, and I think it's a step I needed to take just to prove a certain point. And there's a certain story which inspired me, which was in the Quran and is there in other religions in various forms. And आप हिंदी समझ लेते हैं सब लोग क्या नहीं? इतनी मुश्किल में इतना कंफ्यूजन है कि हिंदी बोल लेते हैं. हाँ बोलिए तो समझ. हाँ हाँ ठीक है. अच्छा, जो लोग पैसे दे के बैठते टेबलों पे ना उधर आवाज कम निकालते हैं, मैंने नोटिस किया. जो फ्री में आते खूब चिल्लाते हैं. सो एनीवे, ये एक छोटी सी कहानी थी जो मैंने पढ़ी थी, और ये कि प्रॉफिट इब्राहिम, जिसको इब्राहिम कहते हैं, और उनको उनके सामने एक बहुत बड़ा टायरेंट बादशाह डेस्पॉट था जिसका नाम था नमरूद, निमरोड इंग्लिश में कहते हैं. एंड निमरोड was against this man who was representing the word of God at that point, and he lit a huge fire, and he was going to throw this prophet into the fire. So it was a huge fire. They say it was like a mile across, and so much wood was put in, and a catapult was made specially to throw this prophet from a distance into the fire. So when this fire was lit, and the birds and animals were running skelter away from the fire because of the heat it was creating, especially the birds. So in the midst of all this, well, all the birds are going away. There was a little bird flying towards the fire. And this big bird, while coming away from the fire, looks at the little bird and says, "Where are you going? You'll get burnt. Your feathers, they'll wither away. There's too much heat there. Don't go there." And the little bird said, No, I've got some water in my beak, and I'm going to put my water to kind of quell the fire. So the big bird laughed and said, you think that little water is going to make a difference to this fire? So the little bird gave an answer, which is what inspired me. And the little bird said, when I die and I go meet my Creator, and the Creator asks me, when there was a man who was honest, who was just, who was my representative, fighting for a cause, for my cause, and there was a despot and a tyrant who was trying to vanquish him, finish him, what did you do? I can proudly say that I put the amount of water I could in my little beak, and I tried to quell this fire, and I did what I had to do. मेरा नाम, और ये सेंटेंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, मेरा नाम आग लगाने वालों में नहीं, आग बुझाने वालों में शामिल होना चाहिए. That was the point. And that's what inspired me. And I thought, see, everybody's not a fighter. Either you're a soldier, or you're a scholar, or you're a ground worker, or you're a funder. You have money, you've got time, you've got intelligence, whatever. But there is the point of being either with the oppressed or with the oppressor. And what can you give? Your time, your money, your intelligence, whatever capacity you have. You have got to move that way. You can't sit on the fence and say, well, मैं इसका भी दोस्त हूँ, मैं इसका भी दोस्त हूँ. It doesn't work for me. So I felt that yes, I had to be. The point is not, oh, अभी तो कोई नहीं है, कोई चांस ही नहीं है, तो जीतने ही नहीं वाले हैं. But point is not about जीतने नहीं वाले हैं. अगर ऐसा होता तो फिर कोई जिंदगी में अच्छे काम करता ही नहीं. And nobody right would have been there and set a path. So you have to have your conscience saying, I was with the right. That's all. Whether I win or lose or not, my conscience, I justified saying, yes, I was with what was right. And that's the whole point. Yes, we make our mistakes. Nobody's perfect. But the mistakes, you have to be weighed. कि mistake क्या है? एक mistake होती है आपने किसी का खून कर दिया. एक mistake होती है आपने किसी को थप्पड़ मार दिया. आप किसको माफ कर सकते हैं? That is something your logic has to decide. Okay, what is forgivable and what is not forgivable. So that's where I come from. And the inspiration was a small speech I heard by some politician somewhere, which actually inspired me. And he actually came on stage and said, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be on the auspicious occasion. I will always treasure this moment in bottom of my heart. And then he went on, and there were questions asked to him. Okay, sir, what do you think of the economic disparity in the country? उसको समझ में तो आया नहीं. Economic disparity. देखिए, as long as the economy is in disparity and not in that party, it is all right by me. That is the crux. That is the problem in our system. It's all about economy. It is not about doing your duty, serving your people. 1.2 billion people in this country. 1.2 billion people in India. 500 Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, about 800 people in the parliament. Now technically, the 1.2 billion people are the masters of the country and the 800 people are the servants of the country. They are called servants, government servants, they're all called servants. That's what they're called, public servants. The word is servant, but they're not. They become the masters. They are doing what they want with the economy of the country, the money of the country. There is no answerability. The answerability of the system is totally gone to the dogs. And that is the point. Somebody comes up and says, we have to change the system. It's a system thing. We have to be a part of a system which allows answerability, and we have gone. And the corruption is existing primarily because there's no answerability. And that's the whole reason why I've attached myself here. And I hope that somewhere down the line, and you guys all here are doing very well for yourselves away from your country, but somewhere the seed of your country, your people is there within your heart. And you would like the system to be such that, you can enjoy and reap the benefits. The country has a lot of money. It has enough food, but we don't have. We have a problem. It's not distributed right. So that's where I come from. And few words, what I said, they were from the heart. And I hope that we see a day where the right is called right and the wrong is called wrong, and it's not the media which says what is right and what is wrong. Thank you very much. God bless you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Javed. That was indeed heartfelt.